infer what that's all about. I mean, just some anecdotal evidence would be there's reports down there of some of these men after they've crossed through the gap and they get to one of the first camps. There's a hotel, you call it a hotel. It's like a 1-star, 5-star hotel for the Darien Gap. And in one of these hotels, it's right next to one of these migrant refugee centers. There are reports of them going to this hotel, buying a chicken, slicing open its throat, and drinking the chicken blood, which is a ritual of the People's Liberation Army. That's been documented down there. So, I mean, that's some anecdotal evidence that these people coming over here are definitely Chinese special forces or People's Liberation Army or, whatever branch of the armed forces.
It's unbelievable. And I think some of our audience who'll be watching saying, no, this is xenophobia. This is, this is, that's exactly what it is. And I've seen it in our comments when we've covered this story before. People would say, I just can't believe it. I can't believe that there's an intentional invasion of the United States. I find it so hard to believe. What do you say to those people? You're watching it happen in Panama.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll shatter that right now. You don't have to listen to me. Don't listen to me at all. I'm going to point you to a UN document. You could read their papers. And if you don't believe that, then I don't know what to tell you. You could go look up, everybody watching this could go look up the paper, Migration and the 2030 Agenda. That's written by the IOM, the International Organization of Migration, which is the migration arm of the United Nations. And it says in there, it calls these quote unquote migrants, which we can get to that in a second. That word, there's a misuse of that word going on, but we can get to that in a second. But it calls these migrants agents of development. And it says that the goal of migration in the 2030 Agenda, in this blueprint, it says that the goal is to facilitate, not to stop migration. So, I mean, it says it right there, and you can read the whole document. I mean, it gets even worse. You could read the replacement migration document that was put out in, I believe, the year 2000, also by the UN, where it talks about different case scenarios for different countries, including the United States. And I believe for the United States, there's 5 case scenarios that it lays out. And one of them, there's almost 1 billion people that they show migrating into the U.S. It's absolutely insane. You guys can read these documents from the UN if you don't believe myself or Clayton.
Yeah, no, great point. Great point. So it's not hyperbole. You're watching these individuals, you're speaking to them, you're seeing these documents. And can you dive more deeply in? We just touched a little bit on what these documents actually say, and how can you point more specifically what sort of blueprint this is for these immigrants that are coming across the border? And also, you said that word immigrants being used in a wrong way. Can you explain what you mean there?
Absolutely. So the word migrant is being used in the wrong way.
Migrant,
and this started coming, I mean, the word migrant has been used for a while, but now apparently, people that all these millions of people, 6 million people since Joe Biden has been